Hey, it's the Racks and the Stacks of the Best on Wax. We are the League Geeks coming to you live from Seattle, Washington, and also Fargo, North Dakota. With us right now, all together, is my man, the Bald, and I think Cody even used the word beautiful, Pete Kirby out there in Seattle. And we also have Eric Haig, and a very close friend of mine now, Cody Meyer, and not with us because someone chained him to a room with a bunch of meetings, is Jim Renfro. So Pete, you're going to be leading us today. So what are your thoughts? Where we're going to start off today?
Yowzer, sorry, coughing. All right, so we are going to do a trial by fire with Ryan here. We have something on our website that you can click to do home evaluations. It's very, very simple. Realistically, all it's doing is taking the square footage and multiplying it by the average cost per square foot. So it gets people in the ballpark, but definitely not a for sure answer. What it allows us to do is give people a call, though, who are looking at the value of their home and try to dig a little deeper and see whether or not they're really going to be selling or buying or just kind of where they're at and get a first crack at them. So Ryan is going to be calling on these home evaluations. Ryan, I'll have you call Cody first, then Eric, then myself, and I'll jump in and move it along as needed.
All right, very fair. All right, picking on the new guy. Appreciate that. So, all right, Cody, you ready?
Ready when you are.
Super. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Cody. Ryan Dorheim with Hatch Realty.
Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Cody. Hey, you were online looking at your home's evaluation and looking at some value there. Were you thinking about making a move in the future here?
I was just curious.
Okay, what has you curious, Cody?
Just considering options, seeing value, seeing what how much my home is worth. So
Okay. You're looking at seeing what your home is worth. Or are you planning on moving soon?
No.
Okay. What had you looking at evaluations for the home? And any thoughts of what's going to be happening in the future at all? Or?
Just considering maybe pulling some of that equity out. I've been very cognizant of my payments and been very good about my payment schedule. Been paying it off, and I put a lot of money into it, and now I'd like to recoup some of that for other purposes.
Okay. What other purposes do you think you're going to use that money for?
Well, I've been year after year been taking a lot of trips with my homeboy down to Detroit Lakes, and I would really love to get a little place down there, so we can get crunk.
Gotcha. What's in Detroit Lakes that you like?
The sun, the sand, the bumping tunes. Good times in Detroit Lakes.
Was there a particular time frame you're hoping to find that place to hang out with your friend and crunk?
We like to get ill in the summertime, so it's probably going to be us, before July if we could.
Okay. Now, are you working with a realtor at all?
No, I had just only taken a look at the home value. So.
Okay. All right. And have you reached out to a bank or anything like that to kind of figure out where things are going besides using some of your home credit to figure out how that's going to work?
No, I had only just established the value, and I assumed I would work with the bank that I had been using for the mortgage originally. So.
Okay. All right. Cody, what do you do for a living?
I'm a horse doctor.
And we'll stop it with horse doctor.
I was going to keep going.
All right, Ryan, go ahead and give Eric a call.
All righty, give me a second. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, Eric?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Ryan Dorheim with Hatch Realty.
Okay. Well, yeah, what's up?
Hey, I saw you were looking at your home's value online here. I wanted to reach out and see if you're planning on making a move in the future, or what had you looking?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my phone just went off. I had a blue alert. And it
Yeah.
was like an emergency sound. I thought this was something to do with it. I have no idea what a blue alert is. I get the amber alerts sometimes, that come across, but like, what the hell is a blue alert? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one either. Did
Well, I tried to go to the website. Now it's like it's down, of course, because I'm sure the entire population just Googled Fargo Public Blue Alert.
Mhm.
Anyway, well, what's up?
Hey, yeah, you were looking at your home's evaluation. Just kind of curious if you're thinking about moving or what had you looking?
Oh, oh, yeah, yep. God, yeah, damn it. I knew I would. Second I put my phone number in there, figured some guy's probably gonna call me. Yeah, just looking, just curious. We owned it for a while, so I wanted to see what maybe we could get for it.
Okay. What were you kind of hoping to find by finding that evaluation besides, something that you could, or what you could get for it? I mean, we're going to use the money for something? Or you think about like?
What do you mean? What'd you say?
I'm just curious as to why you were looking and seeing what motivating you to look, and you just want to see what it's worth, and what were you hoping to accomplish with that?
Yeah, just get a ballpark estimate, and just kind of see if we were to list it this spring, what it would go for.
Okay.
How accurate is that thing?
Well, it's measured by square footage, especially.
Where does it get all the data that it spits out?
I'm not 100% positive at this particular moment. So, but I can, if it's something that interests you, I can follow up with you on that later.
No,
so you're
it's
thinking
not
about
that important.
Yeah. So you're thinking about listing this spring, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It depends. Timeline's still kind of up in the air.
What had you looking at selling?
At selling?
Yeah.
Well, gonna have to get a new place, probably downsize a little bit, because looks like the wife's gonna take about half my goddamn paycheck.
Oh no, what's happening, Eric?
Getting divorced, Ryan. We're
Oh.
still neck deep in all of it. So just trying to plan, add a little bit of control to this totally uncontrollable situation. So,
Oh man, that sounds tumultuous. How are you doing with that?
well, what do you mean?
Well,
I'm
that was good.
I was
Right?
either going to bring out the anger or I was going to bring out something, but I was just going to prepare for it.
Nope, that was good. All righty, go ahead and give me a call.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Pete.
Yep.
Ryan Dorheim with Hatch Realty calling.
Hey Ryan, how are you?
Not bad. Say you were looking at your home's value online here. Just want to reach out and see where, how come you were looking, or are you curious about making a move in the future?
Just trying to get a good idea of what it is, what it's worth for when we need to sell it. Just wanting to kind of keep all my ducks in a row and have my numbers straight.
Okay. What has you looking to sell?
We'll eventually get it sold here, probably later on this year. We're actually building a home now, but it's not supposed to be done for a while still.
Right on. Are you working with a realtor by chance?
No, not right now. A friend of mine was the builder, and so we've got all that just set up, working directly with him. He's saying it's supposed to be done in September. So I'm just trying to, figure out numbers and stuff, because obviously once it's done, I would prefer to not have to do 2 mortgage payments, but I'm not 100% confident it'll actually be done in September either.
Okay. Is this your first time selling a home?
It is.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to take a pause. All of a sudden, my screens just went.
Nope, that's actually all right. You got to. So that was supposed to be Jim role playing.
Okay.
That was me trying to be a C, and I pretty much just told you everything you were supposed to try to figure out by digging. So
Cool. Just want to double check here, because my screen's literally something just went haywire here. Can you still see one another? Because I can hear you. All right, give me a second here. So based off of that, do we want to just move directly into some of the evaluations? And I'm sorry to cut that short. That's my fault.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, so guys, as we discussed yesterday, if you just want to evaluate your particular call with them, Cody, you can go first, and then Eric, and then I'll do mine, and then do the wrap up on the important points.
Yeah, so Ryan, I thought you did a good job. One of the things that I was kind of curious if you were going to do, but you didn't. Which is a good thing, is you didn't go right into assuming that I wanted to sell the place. You know, you got deeper and you didn't dive into, well, what's got you thinking about selling your house? You know, you got into the actual action I took, which was what has you, you know, why are you curious about the value of your home, which I thought was really good. You know, just reading off Pete's assignment to me, you know, S, want to get an idea of home value for reference only. If Ryan Diggs, you were thinking about buying a rental place with Buddy this summer. So you did a good job of holding it together. I couldn't even hold that together. I'm not a good S, let alone an S getting ill in Detroit Lakes. So you did great. Good job.
Thanks.
Eric?
I was muted there. Yeah, so high D in a divorce situation. I was thinking about dropping some of the key terms that I hear people say. Well, I'm thinking about selling for personal reasons or making some lifestyle changes. That's a big one where if someone says that, I've learned usually means divorce. A touchy situation. You know, as a high D guy, you did dig deeper. We definitely could have gone down that rabbit hole a lot more. But the big thing to find out with the divorce situations when they're looking at listing is the timeline of where they are and who's going to be on the deed and who all needs to be involved in the transaction process. So that's my feedback. But you know, you're getting there for sure. So good job.
All right, thanks, Eric.
Pete, yeah.
So for my particular call, like I said, I was trying to play a C who was currently building a house. The little bit of technical difficulties there, but I didn't do a very good job of hiding the situation. What the goal was, and I'm sure some of you guys deal with this as well, when people are building homes, there's a projected timeline of when it will be home or when it will be done. And in my experience, that rarely actually happens. So the idea was that I was just trying to get an idea for my home for when I would list it. Ideally, in that situation, if we would have continued on, Ryan, you would have still tried to basically get that initial appointment to book with the understanding of, hey, we don't have to list it right now, but let's get all of this information figured out. And then when you are ready to list it, we'll be good to go and you don't have to worry about this. But you did a good job with it. Did a good job with both Cody and Eric's calls as well. Like Cody said, you know, just because people click on the home evaluation doesn't mean they're looking to sell their house at that day. So you did a good job digging into that. Stopped you with Eric just because the divorce conversation rabbit hole can go pretty deep, and I'm sure you would have gone in there. As he said, though, when the divorce situation comes up, it's the important thing is figuring out timeline. If they're trying to sell before the divorce, after the divorce, and who's on the deed. So just like what Eric said.
You know, and that's and not to interrupt, because while we're on that particular topic, since Eric was playing a bit more of that D, are there any emotional challenges or cautions that you would give a person of, since I'm a bit more of that higher I, to be careful? Because I know we want to get to that emotion, we want to be remembered, we want to make that connection, but am I doing it the right way with the D? Your thoughts? Because you are a D, if I recall correctly, Pete.
Yeah, no, I thought you were doing it. I thought you did it well. He obviously was just trying to get the information figured out. So when it comes to me personally as a D, when it comes to dealing with somebody with a divorce, I'll treat them a little bit differently depending on how the conversation is initially going. You know, sometimes, as Jim says, people are really happy to be getting a divorce. Myself personally, I know I am not divorced. I'm happily married. But a quote I heard from a comedian, which I think is really good, is no happy marriage ever ends in divorce. So it's an unfortunate situation that people need to get through, and we are there to help them. So it's just a matter of getting them the right information and making sure you're giving them that information that they need as well. And the big thing for that is you got to know who's on the deed. And if it's something that they're both going to be able, that they both have to sign for. I know something I often ask is this a situation where you're okay with both of you being in the same room, or are we going to need to set up meetings differently? Because sometimes it's a bad enough situation where they can't be in the same room, and then that can lead into further conversation that way as well. But overall, did a very good job. The biggest things, I'm sure a lot of you out there, if you don't necessarily have the home evaluation ability set up, I would suggest doing it. It's a great way to get leads. but you have something where people are coming in trying to just get the valuation of their home, as Ryan did a great job of doing. Don't assume that they're actually selling their home right at that moment. You still have to dig into it, even though it seems like a great hot lead, and figure out what the situation is so you don't lose them right off the bat. But great job, Ryan. First time doing these kind of calls. You did a very good job. That's all I got.
Cool. I got great mentors, so I appreciate that. Any other final key takeaways before we wrap up for the day? I will take that as a no. All right. Well, with nothing else being said there, and hopefully I'm not continuously having troubles with my computer here, but we are the Leads Geeks. We do meet at least 4 times a week, if not 5. Find us here. Links, subscribe down below. You can also find us at Leads Geeks, whether through Twitter or through YouTube or on Facebook. Otherwise, take care. It is the League Geeks signing out.